Alright, so today it's day 2 of 15 days of foundation. This is where I try out a new foundation every single day for 15 days. We are trying out a drugstore new release today, the L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Fresh Wear Foundation. So this I picked up on Ulta. They do have it on Target and Amazon for a few dollars cheaper, so you can get it for $11.99. It comes in 30 shades, which is pretty good for a drugstore foundation launch. I picked up 2 shades because I wasn't sure which one I was going to be. I picked up 400 Pearl, which is the lightest shade, and also 415 Rose Ivory. It says it has breathable skin technology. It's supposed to last 24 hours, has medium to full buildable coverage that lasts all day. The formula's 3 oil absorbers, resist sweat, water, and transfer. So it is supposed to be transfer proof and waterproof, water resistant. That's pretty much it. Medium to full buildable coverage. I'm going to insert swatches here of these 2 shades compared to some other drugstore foundations and just some of my go-tos so you guys can see how the shades compare. All right, so swatches in natural lighting. Right here's the L'Oreal foundation in the shade 400. Next over is the L'Oreal foundation in 415. This is the Duo foundation I reviewed yesterday in day 1. This is in the shade 0N. Estee Lauder Double Wear in 1C0. NARS Natural Radiant Foundation in Mont Blanc. Dermacol 208. CYO Life Proof in 101. And L'Oreal True Match in W1. 15 Days of Foundation is part of a charity campaign that I do with Project Beauty Share every year, so don't forget to vote for the shelter down below that you want to win $10,000. And also you can help us hit our goal of raising $25,000 by purchasing any of the merch. We have a foundation ranking booklet so you can follow along every day. There are a bunch of different designs on there, so check out the merch shop down below. We're trying to hit $25,000, so thank you guys so much to everyone who has purchased so far. I think we can do it. If you're excited for day 2 of 15 Days of Foundation and you enjoy while you're watching, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. If you're new here, you can join the Bayrito family and subscribe. I'm uploading every single day, 6 p.m. Pacific time. Okay, it's 8:48 in the morning. I'm gonna try this new thing where I try and work out before I start filming these videos. So I got up at 6:30, started working out, and I feel like I've already been up for like 5 hours at this point. So I haven't done swatches yet, so I'm just gonna guess a shade. I think 400 is gonna be closer to me. That looks closer. Why am I choking on air right now? Looking at my neck, it looks a bit more yellow than what I usually go for, but I definitely think it's going to be closer than this one. This one looks like it's the right undertone, but it looks too dark. So I'm going to give this a shake, and I like that they did a pump on this one. Ooh, it's a nice pump too. Look at that black, and it has a spot for your finger right here, it's curved down. Nice, L'Oreal. Looks pretty liquidy. Okay, so I'm going to start out with the brush on this side of my face. So this is supposed to be oil absorbing, which is slightly concerning if you have dry skin. And it says medium to full buildable coverage. It does have a fragrance. It smells kind of like a perfume. Oh, it smells exactly like another foundation. Actually, it kind of smells like Dior. It's looking a little textured-y. I think this is one that'll definitely benefit from going over it with my sponge afterwards, just to smooth everything out. But I love the coverage. I am getting full coverage. It says breathable, healthy looking complexion. Yeah, it doesn't really say if it's supposed to have a radiant or more matte finish. It just says it's supposed to look fresh. And I do feel like it's a nice satin matte finish right now. It doesn't look too dead dry matte, but it does have a little bit of a satin finish to it, and it's looking really nice. A little bit goes a long way. Looking at my neck, the shade is pretty close. It might be a half shade too light, but we'll see if it oxidizes, and also once I have bronzer and everything on, it'll probably look totally fine. So I'd rather have it be like this than too dark. Where did I just put the sponge? Dampened it, brought it in here. Where is it? We have a sponge on the loose. Sponge managed to roll underneath my desk, so I washed it again and we are back. When I saw the foundation in the bathroom mirror, it looks good. It looks very soft. It's like a soft matte, satin matte finish. So let's try it with the sponge on the other side. I love the coverage too. I don't feel like I need to go in with a second layer for this one at all. It basically covered all of my scarring and stuff on the brush side. Sponge side, I am getting lighter coverage. Looks like medium coverage on this side. I'm gonna add a little bit more. It is building up. Yeah, it's definitely pretty heavily fragranced, so if that really bothers you, then you probably wouldn't want this one. Overall, I like the brush side better. I had to use less product and I got more full coverage on that side. This side you can still see some stuff coming through. It looks like high medium coverage on those kind of 2 layers with the sponge, but I would rather just go in with 1 layer with the brush. So just for my forehead, I'm going to go back to the brush and then I'm going to smooth everything out with the sponge. All right, now I'm going to switch back to the sponge and blend that out. sitting on my skin beautifully. I love how it does look a little bit more matte, but it's still very skin-like, and it just looks very soft and like flattering. Looks pretty nice on my forehead. It does look a little bit, tiny bit heavy around my pores, but that's kind of usual for me, so I would put still like a pore filling primer underneath, but it's looking good on my upper lip. It's looking good everywhere. Okay, I need to get this. Where are my tweezers? I have this one friggin' black hair. Do you guys get this? Okay, ooh, right now I am loving it. It's looking great. We'll see how it wears throughout the day, but so far I'm very excited. Wow, we're having a good start to 15 days of foundation so far. I think it was last series where like 99% of the foundations were duds. So right now it's almost exactly 9 o'clock. So we're gonna call the check-in 9 o'clock. Ooh, it also feels like it's setting down, which I love because then I don't feel like I need to powder this area of my face to blend stuff on top. It has a slight tackiness, but nothing bad at all. I definitely feel like I could blend stuff on top of here. So I'm not gonna touch my face with powder. Since my skin is drier, if I can avoid using powder, I do, because my face just overall looks way better throughout the day, and foundation lasts fine on dry skin without powder. It's not like oily skin where you need to really like set it and lock it in. For the most part on my skin, foundation wears better without powder. I'm excited for this one. Shade, everything, like I have no complaints right now. Love the coverage, love the finish, not creasing bad. So we'll see, but I'm going to check in after I do the rest of my makeup. Then we'll do a shot in natural lighting and a flash test. Okay, right now it's 9:20. The rest of my makeup is on, but we're calling check-in time 9 o'clock since that's when I finished up with the face. And you guys, it looks freaking awesome. I am stoked. We'll see, like I said, how this wears throughout the day because it is supposed to be kind of more oil controlling. Hopefully I don't get super dry and cakey looking, which can tend to happen on my skin if a foundation is oil controlling. But we'll see. It's supposed to be water resistant and transfer proof too, so maybe we'll do a little self-hug test at the end of the video to see if it is truly transfer proof. The only transfer proof foundation that's like truly transfer proof that I've found is the Too Faced Peach Perfect foundation that I actually reviewed in one of the past 15 days of foundation series. So if this one is transfer proof and looks like this throughout the day, hell yeah. So to warm up my face a little bit, I used the MAC Patrick Star bronzer. I just kind of use this as like a blush because it doesn't really work as a bronzer for me, but I like it as a blush and it adds a little bit of a glow. And then I added a little bit of the Catrice Prime and Fine Ashy Radiance to my temples and then just to warm up my cheeks a little bit. For highlight, I used the Pixie by Petra. Went in with this gold shade. I've been loving this. And this is in the shade Subtle Sunrise. For eyes, I tried out this Ace Butte Classic Paradise palette. And the shades I used, all of them were beautiful. I can't wait to try this out again and do like a full-on eye look. I just did like a more natural thing because I have some errands to run today. But I went in with this shade, that shade. This is on my lids. And then I put this green on my lower lash line, which doesn't look like super green, but I feel like it does make your eyes pop a little bit if you have green eyes. And then my lips are NARS Bella de Jour, and I tried this in the TJ Maxx makeup video. I got this on TJ Maxx online, and I love this nude shade. So pretty. It's not like too peachy, it's just very neutral. My usual eyeliner, and then I didn't feel like putting on false lashes today because I just have errands to run. I'm gonna be working and doing laundry and stuff, so I don't know, just didn't want to deal with false lashes, so I just put on my usual mascaras, and I think that's everything. So I'll go show you guys what this looks like in natural lighting and we'll do a flash test. All right, so here we are in natural lighting. I hope it's picking up how freaking beautiful the finish is. It's looking very soft. It is looking a little bit more matte. Still has a slight satin finish, but because of just how soft this is, I feel like, again, I'm probably gonna say this in every video, but if I spray the Catrice Dewy Glow over top, I would probably love the finish because I think that would give like a true satin finish. But I would totally wear it like this too, just for more of a matte look. But let me zoom in. Okay, so here's overall. Just love how like soft it looks. Can we focus? Hello. I also forgot to say, since it was so full coverage, I felt like I had to use a lot less concealer than usual. I just put a tiny bit right here, so hopefully I'll crease less throughout the day because I don't have as much concealer on. I didn't have to bring it like out here at all. Still use my usual powders under my eyes, but here's the rest of my face. So I'm starting to get, you know, a tiny bit of creasing, but that's usual. I'm not getting any on my upper lip yet, so that's a good sign. A little bit right there. And then my forehead, I do like how it looks even though it is more matte. So let's do the flash test. Okay, so there's definitely, yeah, there is a bit of a bounce back on here. It looks a little bit ghostly, so I probably wouldn't wear this one for flash photography My face does look about a shade lighter, and I feel like in real life it is on the lighter side. Like I think it matches pretty well, but if anything it's a little bit light. But on the flash it definitely looks too light. Okay, it's 2 o'clock, so it's now been on for 5 hours, and it still looks friggin' great. I am feeling this one. Every time I've looked at my skin, I love that it's full coverage, and I feel like, I mean, obviously you can tell that I have face makeup on, but it looks natural. The finish of it does not look super foundation-y or cakey or heavy, especially for being more of a matte foundation. It just looks very soft and flattering, and I think I just really like the shade too. Like everything about this one I'm just really liking. And for being more of a matte foundation, my creasing isn't too bad at all. I'll zoom in. So normally, especially with matte foundations, I'll have a lot more creasing, and it's not bad. I have like very faint upper lip creasing lines. Really like how my forehead looks. It's not like rubbing off where I've been pushing back my hair or anything. Blush, bronzer, highlight is still fully on. So I'll see you guys in a few more hours at the end of the night. Okay, it's now 7 o'clock, and I am so happy to report that after 10 hours of wear, it looks friggin' incredible still. I actually feel like this light, let me try and get more accurate here. Everything about this one I'm loving. I'm not getting bad creasing at all. Like I have barely any creasing. It still looks so soft, and I like that my forehead somehow looks more satin and like a little bit dewier, glowier than the rest of my face. I do still think overall this is a satin matte foundation. In certain lighting it looks like soft matte, like a pure matte, and then in other it looks more satin. So I just think overall it looks like makeup that doesn't look like makeup, but that's still full coverage, and I love the way it's making my skin look. Like I wish I could put this on tomorrow, but I have more foundations to review, so I cannot wait to wear this one again. The creasing for me is so minimal. It just looks so smooth, and then on my forehead still looks really nice between my eyebrows. Up on my forehead doesn't look too drying. It's looking actually worse on camera, I feel. So last thing I want to test with this one is to see if it's transfer proof, since it does say it is. So I'm going to do a little sweatshirt hug test. I just washed this, so hopefully we're not going to have foundation all over it. Oh, by the way, I hit my head twice today. I've been like putting things away, and I bent down, and twice I hit my head, and it had an indent to where like I think it was just in my forehead, but the makeup, like I don't think you can really see any kind of like line where it came off. So I mean, if you're hitting your head on things, this one will stay on pretty well. Okay, let's see if this is transfer proof. First I'm going to test my cheek, like down here. Nothing. Let's test the forehead. Nothing. Is it off my face? Let's see. Looks pretty dang good on both my forehead and where I just pressed against. If someone hugs you, I don't think this one would come off. Yeah, it's not coming off. Hell yeah, you guys. This is such a good start to 15 days of foundation. This one is going to be hard to beat. If you've seen any of my Foundation Friday videos, you know that this is like a rare moment. I'm not usually this excited. I'm pretty picky with foundations because I've tried so many, like hundreds, so I just know what I look for now, and I compare it to like the best ones for my skin, and this is pretty rare. Like, I'm having a moment with this one. I'm excited. There's really not one thing I'm trying to think like one thing I don't like with this, and I can't. So if you guys enjoyed day 2 of 15 days of foundation, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. If you're new here, you can join the Bayrito family and subscribe. You're here at a good time, right at the beginning of 15 days of foundation season 6. Don't forget to vote for the shelter 1 time a day at the link down below. I literally don't want to wash my face right now. But I love you guys. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow, 6 p.m. Pacific time.